With Coach Johnny Roscoe, Northern Guilford Nighthawks getting set for Page on Friday night. Big game on Friday, Coach. There's been a lot of work put in to get ready for this game. I know you guys are excited about it because you had to sit back and kind of check out the other teams last week while they played, and you guys had the first week off.
Yes, it is. That's a little bit of a problem because they've already got a game under their belt and they can iron out, and which I know they will, any mistakes they made. And they're an outstanding team. Really, if you look at their things on their stats and everything that we read about, they're in it just as much as anything. They just had a couple of bad plays probably, and that's the biggest thing that was probably happened to them.
We said you had a night off. I think you guys might have actually been playing last Friday night in a scrimmage somewhere.
Right, we went down to Indian Land, South Carolina, and played Fort Mills. So, and it was, they just let the quarters run, so it got very few plays in it. And they had a huge rain right before it, so it kind of messed up everybody. But it was a chance to at least make sure you know how to put your uniform on and stuff like that.
Probably better to get something like that than it would be just practicing among each other too. It's always good to get a little extra work again against another team.
It is, and it gives you a little different looks on defense than you would have tried to implement with using your own players.
What about that workout the week before you guys took on, I think, Crest, a rematch of kind of a reuniting between the two teams? Not really a rematch because it's a scrimmage. The team you played in the championship game last year and the year before, you saw them, I think, a couple of Fridays ago.
Right, it was a good atmosphere. There's probably 5,000 or 6,000 people there, and I think there was 6 games or 5 games, and so there's 10 teams there, and it was some local ones, and we were the outsiders, us, and I think Northwestern from South Carolina, and one out of Asheville. So it was a good opportunity to get in, and really a game type atmosphere with a lot of people there.
Do you look forward to, I'm sure, the game on Friday against Page, kind of a rematch in some ways with them from last year's game when they came out here, I guess it was?
We'd rather be playing someone else because they're an outstanding team. Their tradition, is something that really is everybody tries to emulate, and they're probably the most successful team overall in Greensboro, in the Greensboro history. And we're just a new kid on the block, and we're just trying to inch our way in and see if we can play a little play with them. And that's one of the things in our schedule. We play in after them we got Dudley, and then we got Northwest. So we try to play the best round, and they will show us our weaknesses real quick, so we have to correct those before we get in our conference.
And coming out of that 3AA championship game last year, sometimes you guys are still the favorites, and sometimes that can be a good thing because that shows you guys have played well and have kind of earned that spot in some ways. You got TJ Logan back. I'm sure you can't wait to kind of get him going and get him turned loose again.
Well, TJ is important for what he does. He plays defense real well too, and he's probably and we have a lot of players going both ways. So we're one of the few teams that actually do that, and one thing, it helps us because down the line we always tell them by the 4th or 5th game we should have some players who've been second, they should move up to first, and hopefully by the end of the year we wouldn't have 1 or 2 going both ways.
That's always been your thing a lot of ways, I guess, to get the best athletes on the field to start the year.
Yeah, we try to do that, and last year we had several get cramps, and the way the thing looks now, it's going to be really a perfect football night with the weather and everything else. So it's a type game, and I tell players, this is the type of game you want to play, and this is the one you practice for and really have the atmosphere. So that's one of the things we stress ours.
And you kind of got the quarterback situation worked out now. Bernie Sindab, I guess, will get to start on Friday night. Right,
Bernie is there. He's played pretty good during the spring, during the scrimmages, and Austin Coltrane will be backing him up. And we're confident with either one of those. They can go in and run an offense.
What about the other Sindab? Will he be playing some in the backfield too? I know he's a big back, and he plays some defense for you too, I think.
Right, he'll be starting on defense. He'll be a fullback for us, and he played there last year, and he just got to be consistent. He gives us a little experience there.
What about with Malik Parker, the little back in the backfield? Do you put he and TJ Logan together, I guess, in some packages? They back there together? Because the Parker kid gives you a different look, I guess, in some ways. He's so small, but he's like a little scat back. He's so quick.
He's extremely quick. We've got situations where we put Malik in, and he's still kind of learning a little bit of our offense, what we're trying to implement, especially with him.
You made a few adjustments on defense from last year. Some players back on defense, and you've got some new kids over there too.
Yeah, we've got a new linebacker, and Robert Wilcox has got to play for us, and got some defensive backs that got to step up and replace some hours from last year that was really important, and we've got some defensive players that's got to come in and really step forward. We've one of our players is just back this week, so hopefully Trey Purcell, he's been out all preseason, and hopefully he'll be able to play.
He's been, I think, the past couple of years, both championship seasons. What about Ryan Johnston? What about his efforts this year coming up?
Ryan has got to come and play well. We're looking for him to be much more consistent, and that's the thing. If he becomes more consistent, he would be an outstanding player for us.
As if he didn't need to do more, but he has done more. He's gotten bigger and stronger, I think, too, from what I've been reading.
Right. He's he's probably our strongest player. He can, and he runs 4.7, so he's got a lot of speed for someone who probably weighs 240, 245.
What about this kid Malik Prelude? I saw him in one of the scrimmages, big, tall kid, and it looks like just a potential wealth of talent within him.
Well, his first year he's played, he's come out, and his motor runs wide open all the time. That's the type of player that can get better.
And you look at Page on Friday, what concerns you the most about Page, watching them in some film and studying up on them, getting set for the first game?
Well, the only thing we have on from the game last year, and thank goodness those guys aren't back. They were outstanding. But they we've gone some passing leagues where they were at, and actually one of the coaches saw them on the one they went down to Hoover, I believe, and they got players who can put points on the board immediately. They're going to be so much bigger now, so that's going to be a big problem for us, I think.
Probably big along the offensive line, Page.
The offense and defensive line is so much bigger than our players, and that we've got to be quicker than them. If we don't, because we're not going to move them. We know that they're going to. They'll dominate us in certain areas, and we just have to just keep blocking, just tie them up, and hopefully our backs can get by.
Use that speed and quickness to your advantage, and something you've always used well too. Us about somebody the other day, just going back over some of the games. You guys like to, if you can, be in position. Say a half is coming to a close. That first half, we saw it on the road a couple of years ago, and saw it last year too at a number of different places. Try to get that last score before halftime. If there's a chance to get some points, you guys are going to try to go get it.
Yeah, it's a momentum type thing, and we're fortunate enough to have done it a few times, but. The thing that happened last year against Page, they scored right at the end of the first half and went up on us, and where we had them at one time 14-7 or something like that, and we cannot allow that. If that happens, they put 35 on us last year, they could easily put 50 on us this year.
Well, Coach, good luck to you in the game coming up Friday. I know as a coach over the years, you kind of look forward to games like this because it is a challenge, and that's what kind of makes the coaches' motors run too.
Right, it is, and our players know it, and our community knows it, and so I know a lot of hopefully people come out. Hopefully we can do halfway decent.
Coach, good luck to you.
Thank you.